Hi, everybody. This is Symphonic Elk. I'm coming at you with Lyndsay's Geeked Out Knacks 100 sub contest. First, I wanted to state congratulations, Lyndsay. You're, from what I can tell, almost at 200. So it took a while to do this video. So, for Lyndsay's video, she asked that we be 18. As you can tell, I'm 18. Um, that we be subbed. I'm subbed and have been subbed for a while. Great channel. And lastly, well, I guess two things that we shout out a YouTuber. I'm going to shout out Gills311. He has over 100 subs, but he still, I believe, for what he does for the community, his number of subs is criminally low. So yeah, Gills311. I will put his information in the description below. So yeah, the last thing was she wanted to know what item in our collection. I'm going to take this and kind of make it possession instead of collection because it's not a comic book. Would we never get rid of, no matter what? Um, I've been lucky that I have managed to collect a lot of pretty cool items over the years. Comic books, Star Wars figures, other toys, video games, and things like that. And I would be lying to say that I would be disappointed if something happened to them, or if I was forced for some reason to give them away. But at the end of the day, they're just possessions. If someone came to me with $1 million and wanted, thanks, Matilda. If someone wanted to buy my comic book collection or the shirt off my back, I don't know why they would want that, but they're for enough money, I would get rid of pretty much any of it. From my best comic book to my best video game to my coolest Star Wars toys, pretty much anything. And so I was really trying to think about in the video before the video what would be the one item that I would truly be devastated if I lost. And like I said, really there was nothing that I own personally that I if I had to get rid of it, I have to get rid of it. I mean, other than the money into it and the excitement of getting it, I'm more about the hunt than the actual item. So without further ado, I did actually think of one item. So as a lot of you know, I have a son. He's 7 now, and I love stuffed animals. I mean, you see the stuffed elk in my videos, and if you kind of look behind it, I think a lot of y'all have noticed the stuffed sloth hanging. When I say stuffed, that kind of makes me think also that I'm talking about like taxidermy, but plush toys. Yeah, so hanging from like the shelf behind me. Some of you may have seen the Bumble Lion from the Wuzzles, which was a show in the 86, 87. So when I was a pretty young kid. So yeah, I mean, I like stuffed animals. And I have a son, and so I was excited when he was born that I was going to give him all these stuffed animals. And so he was born in March, and my parents live in South Georgia, Georgia Bulldogs. So we went down to visit my parents for Christmas, and we went a week early, and we dropped Will off. That's his name. And he he was like, I don't know, 9 months at the time. So, and then my wife and I went on to Disney World in Orlando. And while we were there, I saw all these cool stuffed animals and felt like it would be awesome to pick them up for him. So I did. Luckily, we drove, so could bring them back. Anyway, so I brought them back, and my son was he just really wasn't interested in them. Wasn't really interested in stuffed animals or anything. So they, you know, a little disappointed, but it is what it is. So we used to, and we still do to some extent, bring my son to the National Zoo. We're members. It's free anyway, but we get free parking. And my son has always loved the meerkats. And I know this is going long, and I apologize for that. So this is a long and winding. I'm trying to make the video worthwhile for Lyndsay. And he loves the meerkats. And like I said, never been a fan of stuffed animals. But one time we were there, and I have pictures of it. So if I can edit this live stream and add them in, I will later. I stopped into the gift shop and bought a meerkat stuffed animal, and I brought it out to him as a surprise. At this point, he was about 1, and he's loved it. So let me introduce everyone to Gaga the meerkat. Yes, he is worse for the wear. He has been well loved by my son for the last 6 years, and so my son sleeps with him and carries him around a lot, sort of like Linus carries a security blanket. Now, I mean, Linus never gets rid of the security blanket. He brings it to school. My son's at school right now, so he clearly doesn't bring the stuffed animal in. But he loved it so much so that we ended up buying 2 extra ones, because one time my son got sick and he threw up all over Gaga the meerkat, and so like we had to trick him and like hand him the secondary meerkat and tell him it was Gaga, while I was essentially running a meerkat stuffed animal salon, trying to clean the chunks out of the meerkat stuffed animal, and then blow dry it and wash it off. And then he threw up on the second one, and luckily we had bought 2 more. So the third one seemed it did the trick, because he really, I mean, I can't say that he slept a night without Gaga since he got him. Like I said, he was about 1. He's 7 now, so at least 6 years. So the point is, would be devastated if we lost him, because now there's no tricking him, because as you can tell, first off, my son hopefully is smarter now as a 7-year-old than he was when he was like 1.5. But yeah, he doesn't look new. The other ones still kind of look new. One of them is now named Cousin Gaga, and the third one we gave to my mother-in-law. So yeah, there's no tricking him. So if we were to leave him somewhere, it would be really bad. So yeah, so this is the one item, and I say my possession, although it's really my son's, that as a family we would be devastated if we lost. So yeah, why did you name? Yeah, well, we didn't name him Gaga, or my son did. I don't really know why. He initially was named Mr. Meerkat, and he, again, 1.5-year-old child just started calling him Gaga, and he ended up being Gaga. I don't know if he's named after Lady Gaga or what. So yeah, there's no rhyme or reason for it. So yeah, we would be just, it would be terrible. What would happen if he was going? So, we don't let Will bring him, like, if they have a show and tell or whatever at school. I think one day every year they have like a stuffed animal plush toy day, and we won't let him bring Gaga because, we don't want him to lose him or have some kid do something to him or whatever. Anyway, so that is all I have for this video. going to make a haul video in a few minutes. Obviously, it's not going to be live. Got some pretty cool stuff to show. So I'm excited about it. Anyway, thanks for watching, spending a little bit of your day with me. Lyndsay, again, great channel. You're almost at 200. Congratulations. Lyndsay's Geeked Out Knacks, and I will see y'all soon. Thanks. Bye.